Good evening, America. Welcome to 3.r.d Knowledge. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Trump supporter, Christian conservative, and or Felucci, Pence, Trump, Pelosi. Sup, niggas. See, I don't give a shit about administrations. I don't. I wish the YouTube administration well every time I do a video because I genuinely mean it. But I will say this again, and I don't give a shit. Fuck the United States government. And again, if I had a flag, I'd burn it. I don't give a shit about no stimulus check. Big Brother's gonna try to buy my vote? No. I don't want your vote, Mr. President. I don't want your fucking respect. I'm not appreciative of shit because I know where that money's coming from and I know what you said at that briefing. I don't give a shit about you or your family or your society of people that you are trying to protect and build. See, America? See what they sent people already. I'm going to use that ship for an example. USS Comfort. It's a pansy ship. It's a pussy ship. Because I'll tell you right now, the Marines and the Army and the Navy would have sent two USS John F. Kennedys. Give a shit about how old the ships are. In case you ladies and gentlemen haven't known. See, battleships have hospital wings on them. Well, in their terms, medical wings. Med wings. Okay? And once you knock out all the walls and shit in those battleships, you could send probably two fucking New Yorks in one of them. Or maybe both of them. And again, I want veterans to drop comments down below because I'm not speaking on you guys. I thank you for your service every single day. Every time I send my message to the universe, I thank my fucking men and women in uniform. And I'm sorry that you have that leader. I am sorry. I feel for you. You still have to protect the country. You still have to give your heart to the red, white, and blue. Sorry. See, I respect my veterans because they had my back when I was homeless. I give a shit about my people. Don't let them say that to you. Oh, if you're not appreciative of me, you don't appreciate the Army Corps. No, you do. You just don't respect leaders that don't lead. Why would you? Why should you? This motherfucker's playing with your lives for an election. Fuck Felucci. And I'll say why. He should have stood up to the president today and said, why don't you get the fuck off the microphone? Because it's my job to protect the people. You didn't do that. Of course, you back him up. Those dollars mean more to you than anything, huh, Felucci? Leaving that nice, fucking cushy lifestyle like the rest of the motherfuckers up there in Washington do. They send children to war. They put sex offenders out in the street to keep jobs for the police department. Major drug dealers, too, because that keeps the drug money coming in. I do not support the United States government. I do not support the United States federal government. I do not support the United States judicial government. I don't support the United States of America. I spit on the American flag because it doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore. That's why. So I'm answering every single Trump supporter that said, where's my appreciation at? It's right here. Fuck Donald Jonathan Trump and his family and his old lady too. Get used to that, America, because there's 80% of this country doing the same fucking thing. I would never come on here doing what I do right now, but it has to be said because you are dropping some stupid comments. Trying to get everybody to believe the way you're thinking is the right way of thinking. It's not. It's not because his body's piling up. And Trump's stepping on each and every one of them to that fucking Oval Office next year, right? But America, let's not allow him to do that. Better yet, vote Biden. Here's why you vote Biden. Because we need somebody for healthcare. Germany has the best healthcare because they put their people first. Europe has the best healthcare because they put the people first. This country doesn't, and it's never done that. Because we're about capitalism and greed, and that will forever be that way until we open this economy back up and do it the right fucking way. Allowing everybody to participate in society's careers. Everyone. Drop this public education bullshit because they're the ones that designed this shit in the first place. Your rich, white, colonizing establishment with their Christian conservative plots and systems and lesson plans. The curriculum is based around obedience. then obedience is necessary. Okay? I'm not saying obedience isn't. Respect your elders, all that shit. That's fine. But obedience to stay poor? Obedience to stay fucking poor? Is what the public school system does, motherfuckers. That's what it does. And it'll never change because we won't allow it to change. That's why I'm on here. You rich, white, Christian, conservative, Trump supporting retards. The world is changing. And what I'm about to say may cause a lot of problems, but maybe it's time to be said. It's time for you people to shut the fuck up and leave. You're killing everybody. And your fucking president is a lying, two-faced, cock-sucking murderer. Fucking murderer. And you won't dare challenge me, because I will verbally and consciously rip that motherfucking bitch-ass nigga apart. Because I'm human. I don't allow this to control my life, and I don't allow this to get my information. Only 50% of my information comes from this device. I make phone calls. I talk to people. Your president's a fucking liar and a murderer. And he's only in it to be elected for another year. Until America realizes that, and maybe somebody up there in Washington that sees this, I'm sorry, but you guys have to be called the fuck out immediately. Fuck your stimulus plan. This isn't about the stimulus plan. This is about your leader's example that he sets every time he takes that piece of shit $20 podium. And keeps making fun of people. Insulting people. For doing their fucking job for the people. That woman that asked those questions, America, that got fucking verbally ridiculed, was asking the questions that you need to ask. Why are you contradicting your statements? And what does he do? He downplays them. I want him to find me, and I want him to question me. So I can rip him the fuck apart. Because he's a piece of shit. He's a weakling. He's a conscious fucking weakling. And nothing will ever change that, because that's who Donald Trump is. He's a business tycoon, only interested in numbers and profit and publicity for himself. No more denying it. Let's address it. And let's deal with what reality is. We have a serious fucking problem, and we have a dumbass in the Oval Office that is killing thousands of innocent people who never asked to be diagnosed with COVID in the first place. Let's get to that matter, America, before Trump supporters start dropping stupid comments. Fuck your comments, because you're a bunch of bitch-ass niggas that sit behind the red, white, and blue and keep talking like fucking Robert E. Lee with the mindset of Jim Crow. It's pathetic, and it's disgusting, and it needs to change. Because your president's days are numbered either way, because there is a lot of powerful people that want him. A lot of powerful people who are not dealing with the fact that they have to bury bodies on behalf of a weakling for a leader. And I'm asking you to, don't pussy out and get rid of this video. Play it out. People need to hear shit like this, because they're not realizing it. It's a very dangerous game that we are playing in America every day, and it's a game of life. And people are teetering our lives back and forth, each 24/7 now. It's not fair that our little ones are at home every day, when they should be at their own age group learning and exercising that conscious eye to get through the public school system and utilize the tools to go against the public school system and revitalize the school system. It's not fair to the children. That's the biggest problem we have here, but we're not addressing that. Nah, we're more interested in why Hoda Kotb broke down crying on fucking HDH. I'll tell you why Hoda Kotb broke down crying on Channel 7 that day on the Today Show. I'll tell you why. Because the woman is fucking depressed. And the woman is stressed the fuck out that she can't say what the fuck everyone else wants to say. When can we finally ransack the federal government? When can we finally take our country and our states, each and every province, and let our governors do what they want to do with it? And weed out the fucking funny motherfuckers. And get leaders, organizers, and speakers, and people of spiritual and mental consciousness to a point where it's invincible and we can bring this country back the right way. And if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't give a shit anymore. Here's why. Because it needs to be said. I'm not perfect. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not coming on here claiming that you have to think the way I think, America. That's not the case down here in 3.r.d. Knowledge. The case is to strengthen individual thinking. Exercise motherfuckers to think for themselves. This is my thinking, America. Where's your thinking? Where's your individual characteristics of thinking for your fucking selves? It's the question I have on here tonight. I wish everybody a blessed night. and a blessed tomorrow. But your Trump supporters just got owned because you need to be. You're still supporting this weakling for a leader? I feel very fucking sorry for you. And I'm dissing you guys because you deserve it. What you're saying is stupid. It's fucking dumb. And you're hurting a lot of victims that lost loved ones to this. Watch the ones you hurt. Because they may just come back after you. I have better things to do. But some people don't have a lot. So, America, tread carefully. Watch what you say. Some people may not have better things to do and hurt just as much as you and I do. And won't think twice about taking motherfuckers out. Remember that. Good evening. Peace and love.